What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so before I get into this video, shout out to the brother JJ Phantom for showing love with a donation to the channel via the Cash App. Much respect to him for showing love. And shout out to the brother Elijah Merritt with the $100 donation via the Cash App. Salute to you for showing love. Been rocking with me since 2015. Salute to you for showing love once again, man. Good brothers. Thank you for showing love. And thank you for the great video ideas. So, you might remember this, right? Maybe some of you don't remember this. But anyway, you remember a guy named, I think his name is Kelvin Osborne. I think it is. Kelvin Osborne. And I believe he was in his early 30s. He was 30 years old. And remember, he was somehow unalived. I think it happened late last year or early this year. But anyway, he was unalived by his girlfriend. And his girlfriend's name is Hannah G. Cobb. Now, she's a white woman, okay? He was a black man. Now, that's going to be important later on in this particular video. But anyway, the suspect in a Burke County fatal shooting won't be facing charges, a grand jury has decided. District Attorney Jared Williams, this happened in Georgia, told News 12 on Friday that a grand jury returned a, quote, no bill for Hannah G. Cobb, who was arrested February 25th on a charge of felony involuntary manslaughter in connection with the fatal shooting of her boyfriend, Telvin Osborne, 30. The case was presented to a grand jury on April 24th, but the grand jury decided not to pursue formal charges. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean formal charges can't be filed later, but Williams appears inclined to follow the grand jury's lead. He said in a statement, as the grand jury has spoken, the case is closed. The Burke County Sheriff's Office is bracing for possible trouble as a result of the grand jury's decision, knowing that there might be potential demonstrations against this decision, perhaps even becoming violent, right? Now, what happened was, I think it was in February. So deputies responded around 5:45 a.m., February 23rd, the 800 block of 4 Points Road in Keysville, Georgia, to investigate a report of a shooting. According to 911 recordings, Cobb told an operator she was either, quote, cleaning or clearing her gun when it went off and hit Osborne. However, days later, Sheriff Alonzo Williams said there was no evidence or information about a person cleaning a gun before the incident happened. Williams said alcohol was involved and authorities weren't listing the shooting as accidental. Some different versions of the story came out at a March hearing, Cobb's first public appearance since her arrest on a felony charge of involuntary manslaughter. Cobb's family said the relationship was chaotic, with aspects of emotional and occasional physical abuse and allegations of cheating against Osborne, right? Cobbs told authorities she was checking her 9mm pistol as she and Osborne did every night. When it went off, hitting Osborne, she said she thought the safety was on, according to a report from deputies. She also acknowledged she and Osborne had been arguing that night, and that led to a physical altercation. Cobb's friend said she got upset when she believed he was talking to another woman. She provided ring camera footage that showed them arguing, her telling him to get out, followed by him leaving. Osborne showed back up at the house, and she told investigators he pulled a knife and threatened her. She even told authorities where to find the 8-inch knife, and they did find it. So, interesting. I'm going to tell you how I feel about this, right? Whatever empathy I had for Osborne went out the window when I saw a bunch of text messages that he put out years ago in which he berated black women. Apparently Osborne, this is why I said I was going to bring up race later on, apparently Osborne disliked black women, which is something that has become basically an epidemic with black men in this society. If people can give their excuses as to why they hate black women, I came from a black woman. I can't hate black women. I'm sorry. I mean, I understand a lot of dudes have problems with sisters, and I understand, I feel your pain, but as a whole, maybe it's generational. But I know one thing. When it comes to the job market, when it comes to having a shoulder to lean on, to talk to about certain things, the one group that have always helped me more, or the one section of society that's helped me more than any other, have been black women. I've had white men fire me for the stupidest fucking reasons, lay off black men, black women, whatever. I've had so-called brothers who feel like they got to be so fair and prove to the white man that he is, not biased, that he will fire his fellow brother. He'll hire some sisters, though, so he can have a personal harem at work at his pleasure. You know what I'm saying? It's just interesting how I see a lot of brothers talk about how much they hate the 304, but with the Cassie situation, we're seeing clearly, as clear as day, how much these dudes really love 304s, as long as they do it with them. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I've seen guys talking about how much they hate 304s, but go out their way when they're in a position of authority to do nothing but hire 304s to work under them. But anyway, I'm digressing a little bit. So I'm just like this. Since this guy here thought the grass was so much greener on the other side, that, she's perfect. She's everything you want in a woman. And the sisters ain't shit. Well, I'm sorry. My empathy goes out the window with this dude. I don't feel shit for him. I mean, I'm sorry that his family got to go through that, but, sounds to me like you literally could just have had that same chaotic relationship with a sister. I mean, everything that I'm hearing and reading about her, cleaning guns, the same stupid ass hip hop, a gun culture, violent culture, hood culture, you want to call it that. Only thing is, because of your incessant self-hatred, you just switched her with a white girl. It ain't like he hooked up with this white girl because I hear like sometimes some brothers say they want peace or it's the culture thing. No, he just wanted a hood white bitch. Could have had a hood sister. Well, it's not my preference. No, well, because you've been trained to hate black features. Really, it's self-hatred. That's all that shit is, man. So like I said, I don't really have no empathy for this dude. Now, is it messed up that she's not going to be charged? Yeah, it is. But we see it all the time. Remember that white woman who was on video kicking the shit out of her 2-year-old mentally challenged son? I think it was 2 or 3. He was 2 years old. Kicking the shit out of him. Nobody gave a fuck. Nobody did videos on social media. Nobody cared. She got literally a slap on the wrist by the judge. She got white privilege and pretty privilege. Nobody cares. When white women do stuff, almost all the time, nobody cares. It has to be the absolute worst crimes. The only times I really see white women get penalized for things is if they do something absolutely despicable, like what Susan Smith did, you know what I'm saying? Like unalive her own kids. Something like that. Or the other woman, Deanna Dixon? Deanna in the 80s. I'll be forgetting her name so quick. When they do something like that, any other situation, they immediately become a victim every time. Just like when you read these articles, they're trying to find excuses. They write these articles so that they frame it so that the reader forms in their mind an excuse for why he got unalived. Well, I mean, the article says he approached her with a knife and he was violent. And I mean, the monkey had it coming for him. He had it coming to him. That's how some people read it. So he did all that berating of black women. Talking about what was one of his tweets said? You rather sleep with a dog than a black woman? Well, it is what it is. That's how I look at it. At least tell me what you guys think.